doing worse than what our ancestors did. What they did got them this. But he said, what we doing today, we doing worse than our forefathers. God said he was going to curse the Israelites. The Israelites in the Bible was the people Moses freed out of Egypt. God says America is spiritually called Egypt. Anybody got a dollar bill? This is the great city. If you look on this side, what is that? It's an eagle, represents America. What's on the other side of the dollar? The pyramids. Go back to the other side. Where are the pyramids at? Yeah. It's in Egypt. The Israelites served as slaves in Egypt, and they had to be delivered by Moses. We served as slaves here in America. The same way our ancestors built up Egypt, our ancestors built up this empire.
Yeah, you ain't did that shit? You ain't playing games. Hold on. Look at this guy. What you doing, man? You subscribed yet? Subscribe right now. Do it.
About us in 2024, he said we doing worse than what our ancestors did. What they did got them this. But he said, what we doing today, we doing worse than our forefathers. I'm going to show you what we doing. Hosea 4. I think that's what I want. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 1. So this is what our people don't understand, because the churches are not teaching us. Our ancestors went into slavery. The white man destroyed us because we went against our God. And God allowed the white man to enslave our people. God allowed the white man to put yokes of iron on our neck. Everything that happened to us in history was Bible prophecy. Even the way we got over here. How did we get here to America? Boats, right? Did you know that was in the Bible? Most people don't. Did you know that was in the Bible?
Yeah, I go to church.
So they showed you the slave ships in the Bible. Let's go to it anyway. Matter of fact, yeah, go to that. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. I'm going to show you everything that happened to us in America, God told them was going to happen to our ancestors if they broke his law. Read verse 15. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
He said, if you would not hearken or not listen, if you don't listen to my commandments, what's going to happen?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said he was going to curse the Israelites. The Israelites in the Bible was the people Moses freed out of Egypt. When we split the Red Sea, they walked across. In the movie, they depict them as being white people. I'm going to show y'all that this was our ancestors. These were all black people. He said you was going to be what?
Thou shalt be in...
Come on, you got it.
That all these curses...
All these what?
Curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God said all these curses was going to come upon you. Read verse 32. Come on.
Verse 32.
This is the punishment. Come on.
Thy sons and thy daughters.
Thy what?
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
When did that happen? When was our sons? When was our sons and daughters taken and given unto another people? Right here on this sign, right? If you look on that picture right there, what's going on in that picture? Right? They're like they're getting shipped off. In this picture, they getting auctioned off. Who getting auctioned off though? The babies. The babies in the 9 times out of 10, they took the babies from the mothers and was separated. We didn't have no power in your hand. Say if you had children, right? We was on the plantation out here in West Florida, Jennings. We were owned by Master Charles. If they wanted to sell your sons and your daughters down to Master Smith down in Cape Girardeau, you didn't have no power in your hand to stop them. This is when we read out the Holy Bible. God said this was going to happen to us because of our disobedience. Read that again.
And all these curses shall come upon thee.
Verse 32.
Verse 32. Come on. Thy sons and thy daughters.
Our sons and our daughters. Come on.
Shall be given to another people.
That was the white man. They was giving and sold to the white man. They was sexually abuse them, all type of stuff. Use them as breeders. Come on.
And thine eyes,
Now what?
thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
When your eyes fail, it's talking about crying. Your eyes shall look and fail. You should be crying all the day long for your children. Come on.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
We didn't have no power to retrieve our children. We didn't have no military, no militia, nothing. We had no power. Watch this, verse 68. You said we got her on slave ships, right? Watch this. Let me show you that out the Holy Bible. Read verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
How do we get here to America? Revelation 11, verse 8. We got here to America on ships. But the Bible said Egypt. This is not Egypt. Let me show you what the Bible meant. What God meant when he said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt. Watch this.
Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8.
Come on.
And the dead bodies shall be in the street of the great city.
Our dead bodies lie in the street of America. Mike Brown, he stayed out there down the street on Canfield for 4 hours. Literally. But even in a spiritual sense, we spiritually walk up and down this street, spiritually dead. We don't know who we are. We don't have no clue what it means to serve God or who our God is. We are spiritually dead. Read that again.
And the dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
The great city is the United States of America. This is the richest country on the planet Earth. The Bible calls this the great city. Come on.
Which is spiritually,
Which is what?
which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
What is America spiritually called?
Sodom and Egypt.
God says America is spiritually called Egypt. Anybody got a dollar bill? I'm explaining y'all why Exodus 20 and verse 1. I got one. You got one? I bet. God says this great city is called spiritual Egypt. Now when y'all look at the top of the dollar bill, what does that say?
The United States of America.
It's the United States of America. This is the great city. If you look on this side, what is that?
Oh, eagle.
It's an eagle, represents America. What's on the other side of the dollar?
Pyramid of Egypt.
The pyramids, go back to the other side. Where are the pyramids at? Yeah.
Located in Egypt.
It's in Egypt. What does Egypt, why is the Egypt, the Egyptian pyramids on the back of the United States dollar bill? It's letting you know this place is spiritually called Egypt. The Israelites served as slaves in Egypt and they had to be delivered by Moses. We served as slaves here in America. The same way our ancestors built up Egypt, our ancestors built up this empire. It's the same place. God calls this place spiritual Egypt. This is spiritual Egypt. Read that.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 2.
Watch this.
I am the Lord thy God.
The Lord who?
Thy God,
Come on.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
He brought our ancestors out of Egypt. Watch this.
out of the house of bondage.
What did he call Egypt?
The house of bondage.
What's another word for bondage? You said tied down, right? All right. So if I got a nation of people tied or in bondage, what are they to me?
Your slaves.
Your slaves. Would you agree? Remember, the Israelites were in Egypt for 400 years doing what? Working. They were slaves. God calls Egypt the house of bondage, or in other words, the house of slavery. You understand? That's why God calls this place spiritual Egypt. This is the house of our slavery. We brought her here. We was brought here as slaves. We didn't come over here on cruise ships. You understand? We didn't come over here on Air Force One, Spirit. Read that again, Exodus 20.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
Out of the land of Egypt. Huh?
out of the house of bondage.
The house of bondage, or the land of your slavery. Same way America is. That's why he said this place is spiritual Egypt. You understand? Go back to Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. Now we know what God meant when he said Egypt. Let's read it again. It's going to bring it all back together. Come on. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. The Lord shall,
You got it.
and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Into what?
Into Egypt again.
What is Egypt?
With the spiritual slaves.
Slavery, house of slavery, right? Where is that place today?
Right here.
Talking about America. That's the Egypt the Bible is talking about. Read it again from the top.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Or to America. Come on.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
And how did we get here to America? We came here on slave ships. It's on the back of the dollar bill. These folks, they knew the founding fathers was Masons. Mason go into like witchcraft and a form of idolatry, right? They knew who they enslaved. The same people that built up Egypt. They're gonna build, we're gonna use them to build up America. That's why they put the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. It's all symbolism. These folks was witches and warlocks and goblins. They knew what was going on. So they put it on the back of the dollar bill. You understand? We was brought from Africa to the shores of America, South America, the West Indies, Europe, by the way of slave cargo ships. God said this was going to happen to us before it even happened. Read it again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Watch this.
And there,
And what?
and there,
Watch this. I know you got to go. What happened to us once we got off the slave ships? They raped us.
They raped me, but
Well, I get what you're saying. They raped our
they
ancestors.
raped them.
But watch this. Many of our brothers was raped too. They called it buck breaking. They will rape the man. They'll take the biggest slave on the plantation, tie him down, and rape him in front of everybody. In front of his wife, in front of his children. And it destroyed the minds of our people. It destroyed them. They broke them down. They wanted us to never rise up against them. Many of our people will never rise up against the white man now. We still suffering the effects of slavery to this day.
Sons of God! We gonna take this city. We gonna take the kingdom. We gonna rule them hard. This is war. This is war. This is war. I'm there for the win, well to get it again. The Lord call it taking the kingdom. Want what's mine? Taking my time, turning and taking your freedom. Risen from the ashes, after the lashes, call it a beautiful tragedy. We've been on the brink of insanity. It's the end of your days, our calamity. Adding in, grab a friend for the finale. Curtain call on a heathen. We want forever and a day. Why would the pastor lie and say it's your season? Drop a bomb on them, Hiroshima. Drop a bomb on them cause they need it. Scrub it down, planet need a cleaning. Vagabond